Alright guys, it's the Ecom Lifestyle, or Christian, however you know me, and this is my first YouTube video, guys. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about like how things have gone for me, like, from just when I started a year ago to dropping out of college for dropshipping to hitting setbacks, having to like go back to working a delivery job, and kind of just everything. And now just my experience with dropshipping, guys. I'm going to talk a little bit about my goal with this channel. My goal with this channel is to try to post as close to daily as possible and provide you guys with just a ton of content and pure content, to have some free content out there for just people that watch me and want to know more and things like that and just can't afford paid content. And that's my goal, because when I started out, I couldn't afford paid content, you know what I mean? Like, I put all my money into my companies and so forth, so I understand that position. If you guys know and follow me, or if you're not new to the channel and you follow me on my Instagram at the Ecom Lifestyle, but I don't come from a rich family. I come from a very poor family, poor background. I didn't have you know what I mean? My family got by. It took me I really didn't realize that until I started getting to the Shopify space. But yeah, I guess let's get to the video, guys. So so as far as my name is Christian. I'm 20 at the time this video is made. I turned 21 in May, so that's lit. I started dropshipping in December 2017. For those of you that don't know, my first month was 45,000. Since then, I've crossed over 1 million in sales. I've learned a lot in that whole time of doing 1 million in sales. It's pretty cool. I would have liked myself to be a lot further than where I am now, but I'm just going to be talking about that. So yeah, so first off, I started dropshipping a year ago. I didn't take a course. I didn't do anything like that. I didn't pay to have a mentor or anything like that. In all honesty, guys, my first month, I put over 110 hours on YouTube. And that's when I was working Postmates as a delivery driver. So when I was delivering, I had videos playing through the car. When I would eat, I'd have videos playing. Just all throughout the day, I spent watching everything out there. And that's how I kind of learned about Shopify and everything. I just binged everything. I watched everybody, guys. You gotta think, I started 2017 in December, so all the people that were around at the time and things like that. So I was watching their videos and so forth. What I've learned, honestly, in doing that, some people ask, oh, so you think that that's the way and whatever. But honestly, there was only one thing that out of all those videos that really helped me get to where I was, and it was something about engaged shoppers at the time, and that kind of kicked me off at the time. Engaged shoppers was really big. Now it's but yeah, I watched over 110 hours on YouTube videos in that first month. I continued to watch even after I had success, but now I don't watch as much anymore. But and most of the videos didn't help me, guys. What I can say for everybody that was part of the reason I want to make this channel and kind of change that is that YouTube is a great space to learn the settings for Facebook ads, how to navigate through your Shopify store, how to navigate Facebook ads, the idea of a lookalike audience and stuff like that, right? So before I even knew when to create a lookalike audience, I knew what it was, because of Facebook ads. Even you know what I mean, kind of that mindset and mentality of knowing, oh, lookalike, I know what that is. I watched that in that video, just not being completely oblivious, because when you jump in, guys, you're just oh my gosh, what is this? Lookalike Facebook ads. You got to build your site. How do you get the product? How do I know what product? How customers? It's a whole it's a really complicated process when you're first starting out. And I know a lot of people make it seem easy. Oh yeah, you get a product, you sell it, and you sell it on Facebook ads, you run ads, and boom, you get money, and now you buy a Lambo. How everybody kind of preaches the game goes. But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff. So I can say YouTube is great to just get your mind acclimated to the Shopify space and make it way easier to transition to just knowing nothing to knowing at least something. When I say oh, change this setting or something like that, you kind of know. When I say, oh, I use this lookalike percent, you should know where to go. Even though you may not know how lookalikes work or perform, how to read the data, you should know how to create a lookalike audience. But yeah, and for you guys that don't know, this is all going to be formal, guys. Like, I'm a pretty formal person. I'm a pretty chill person. It took me a lot to do these YouTube videos because I just didn't want to do them. Like, I really didn't. But I really do want to try to give content to people and help people out. And I like all the people I've been able to help with my PDF, with the course I launched and things like that. And I want to try to do that with YouTube, guys. Like, a lot of people support me on my Instagram. I have great engagement. A lot of people watch me, and I kind of like that. So I want to try to take that to the YouTube space and see how many people I can help. If you don't know and you're new to this channel, I'm a Shopify dropshipper, as people would say. Like, that's the business model I use, is Shopify dropshipping. And I'll make more videos on that later on. But this is just a big overview, guys. Like, this is the first video of my channel, like, launching. So I'm just gonna be talking to you about my experience, and I plan on doing more detailed, like, specific, like, information drops, like, okay, how to do this, like, all throughout, like, more videos. But this is just an overview. But yeah. So like I was saying, like, just long story short, I watched over 110 hours on YouTube. My first month was 45,000. My second month was 45,000. I thought things were going well, smooth, guys. Like, killing. First 2 months, like, almost like 100K in the first, like, 2 months. Like, and that's big when, like, 99% of people fail and so forth. Like, and I've never taken a course and things like that. But a lot of people didn't talk about the aftermath issues. Around my second month, I hit a huge hole that was like a merchant provider, I'm not gonna list names, but held 100%. It was around like $20,000. They held 100% for 3 months. And if you know dropshipping, you take the customer's money and you buy the goods, and you also pay your ads. So if you don't get that money, you're screwed. You're like, I didn't have money to begin with, so, like, how am I gonna come up with 10K worth of cost of goods? You know what I mean? So it really set me back. I had to go back to delivering after having such a huge success. I had to go back to my delivery job. I had to take 3 or 4 months off after that success. And I think, so I took off February, March, April, and I started back at the very end of May of 2018. So keep in mind, it started in 2017, 45K in December, 45K in January. Then I had to take 4 months off. And I was still able, in that year span of now, being able to do $1 million in sales, because I came back strong, guys. This is one thing you're going to have to learn about dropshipping. With anything you do, guys, you have to go strong. Like, and you're going to get knocked down, and you have to get back up, and you're going to get knocked down maybe 10, 20 more times. But every time you get back up, you're more likely not to get knocked down by the same thing, I typically didn't hit the same issue over and over. It was just new issues, and now I know how to get past them and, like, make better decisions. One of the things that, like, really got me that hold is how impulsive I was. I switched merchant providers, and the one I switched to actually gave me a hold, and I switched because I didn't want a 10% hold. Like, I didn't want a 90-day 10% hold, which in my head, like, oh, I know, I want it now. Like, 45,000, I want, like, my life to change overnight, all that. Like, I want, I want all the money now. Like, I don't want to hold, like, whatever I got to do. And I made irrational decisions that cost me, like, easily 400 to 500,000, just in, like, sales alone, because, like, I like, found my winning product, my first one, and literally only got to run it for, like, 2 months, like, and then that was it. Like, like, while it was still booming, everybody else is selling and everything, I'm sitting here figuring out how to come up with the whole money, all because I just didn't want to be patient. Like, be patient. That's the biggest thing that, like, I feel like people don't understand is patience, guys. Like, you gotta have patience in doing anything you do. And, like, if you don't have patience, and, like, you're not gonna get far, Like, you may not get your first sale today, tomorrow, like, it may take you 3 months. It may take you a year. Like, you just have to keep going at it. But it may take you 2 minutes, Like, I got my first sale the first day, but, like, some people, it's the second day. Some people, it's a month. Some people, like, and people just don't understand that. And I'm sorry, I'm trying not to ramble in this video, but you guys get the overall gist. I'm just talking about, like, a little, like, the overview of kind of what's been going on. But yeah, that happened. I got past the hold at the end of May 2018. I did like 3,000. It was in the last, like, week of May. And then my June came along. I did 20,000. And then July came. I think it was like 80,000 or 70,000. Then August came, I did 164,000 or like it was, and it just like picked up fast because like, you know, the issue wasn't the strategies and things like that. It was more so I just got a big hold that set me back and cost a lot of money. I had to do a lot of refunds. You guys can't imagine the chargebacks I had to deal with from customers having to wait 3 months to even have their item shipped to them. Like, it cost me so much. It was ridiculous. And if I could go back, I don't know if I would do it differently because a lot of that like molded me to the person I am now. Like, you know, a lot of stuff you see, if you guys get my PDF or get my course, I'm going to try not to plug it much, but it's all going to be in the description. But if you get that, like, I came up with my own strategies, guys, like my own things. Like, a lot of people say they do in this, and then you see their strategies all over YouTube, right? But like, no, like the stuff that I've done is like my own stuff. Like I learned how to data read myself. Like, I perfected my own strategies, and it caused me to be a better like Facebook ad like expert, like, you know what I mean? It caused me to be better at dropshipping because I learned it myself, you know what I mean? Like, you guys don't know, even now, I spend countless times just like thinking, like at night, just thinking, calculating, like just new strategies, how to read data, like, oh, I need this, CPCs, this, like, you guys, like, if you guys get on a call with me at one point, you guys will see that I go through numbers so fast because we came secondhand. And that's one of the things I wanted to do, like, you know, another background on myself, I was 2 years into college, and last semester I dropped out, you know, like I don't plan on going back. I had a full ride. It was a top prestigious school, and it was just a big thing for me, but it's just not what I wanted to do, like, at all. Like, it's not what I wanted to do. I wasn't happy. I'm way happier doing this. Like, my life's changed so much for the better, being able to provide, do things for, like, my family and things like that, and just live my life, guys. Like, every day I get to wake up whenever I want and do whatever I want, like, you know? Like, most of the time I'm just in my apartment working, but, like, I don't know, I've done some trips. Like, if you guys don't know, like, know, like, I've only been on a plane twice in my entire life, and it was this last summer. I got to go to Puerto Rico, and then I went to San Francisco like a few months back, and like those are the only trips I ever got to touch a plane, guys. Like, because I didn't have the money, I couldn't like do it. Like, my family never took trips like that, and because of e-com, because of drop shipping, I literally was allowed to take trips on my own, like get a new place. I have like a nice place, like, you know what I mean, like in a nice area in my city. I'm from St. Louis, and just opened my mind, like, you know, like I have like more in my bank account than I've like made the previous year, you know what I mean, like, or the year before that, you know what I mean. Like, I went from working like Postmating, making $60 to like, you know, having 6-figure months from stores and things like that, you know what I mean. It's just like crazy how fast things can change, and it's just like, for me, it's still so unreal, like, you know. Like, I also deal with a lot of pressures and stresses. I'm gonna make videos on that because everybody talks about the hype of the good things, but no one wants to talk about the stress. Like, no one really wants to sit and, like, you know, like, yeah, guys, I get stressed, like, you know, like, you gotta think, like, for me, like, yeah, some people are like, oh, you know, like, I'm just trying to get my first sale, like, how can you get stressed? You do this, like, you know, you have a 20K month, 30K month, like, how are you stressed? But for me, like, when I do a 30K month, I'm so disappointed, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm not hitting 500 net profit a day, even if it's 300, I'm disappointed because, like, you set higher standards and you have this, you want to grow as a person, you know? Like, I don't want to make the same amount for the rest of my time, you know? I don't plan on drop shipping for the rest of my life, you know? I'm getting into real estate and other things, but, like, just, yeah, like, a lot of stress and things like that. But I'm really trying to make this video, like, kind of come together, but, yeah, but basically, because of that, like, because of drop shipping, I was able to, like, you know, drop out of school, and I've been doing this full time. Like, I do this full time, guys. And if you guys didn't know, like, there's so many people in the space that make more money off their courses and than they actually do from stores, and like, there's just a lot of fake people in this space, and like, that's what I'm trying to change. Like, I dropped out of college last semester, guys. I just released a course like a week ago. So if you do the math, like, you know what I mean? Like, I literally was able to support myself from my stores, and I've always been like prideful for that. Like people that know and talk with me, like when I'm releasing my course and releasing things, I get worried, guys. So like I can't keep up because I don't want to ever make more from my courses than I make from my stores, you know. And stores are better, guys. Like it feels so great, like running a store and having something, branding a store, having like thousands of customers, and just, you know, like all from your laptop. Like it's just insane. But yeah, I guess in summary, like, you know, dropshipping, like, has been one of the most stressful things that I've dealt with in my life, but also one of the best things that's ever happened to me and fully changed my life. Like a year and a half ago, I was school route. I was gonna, like, computer science. I was gonna graduate, work a 9-to-5 job, like get a nice job, like a nice cushy 6-figure job, and like just work and travel and like do all that. Like that was gonna be my thing. And like, you know, less than 3 months after having that like mentality for like the last like 8 years, like you know, like I tried really hard in high school. I had a 4.2, like all of that. Like, you know, I went from that to like leaving school, like not wanting to do it so fast, like, you know, like, and it's kind of insane and like scary. You know, you deal with like family members like not all the way agreeing with your choices, and it's, you know, that's a whole thing. You have friends, people don't understand. Like I'm gonna talk about the changes that I've gone through in general, but yeah, like a lot of people like ask like, oh, so you're dropping out, like what happens if you don't, like, you know, like what happens if you lose your store, if you lose this, like, you know, what are you gonna do? Like it's not like the smart decision, but like I waited, guys. Like, you know, some people do it when they get their first store. I've had multiple stores, guys. I've had multiple 6-figure stores. I've helped people make multiple 6-figure stores. I've done it time and time. I've had multiple winners. I've lost ad accounts. I've lost whole stores. I've lost like whole brands and all of that, and still been able to just get back up. So like, and that's what you need. For me, I feel like every time I make a store, it's proving to myself that I can do it again, that I'm not getting lucky, you know. And that was one of the things that I wanted to wait on the course, because I didn't want to be the person that like dropped out of college because I released a course. Like that, like, you know, like that just doesn't feel right, you know. Like I want to drop out of college because I've been able to successfully start multiple 6-figure businesses and kind of, you know what I mean, and do it in that aspect, opposed to just drop out because I was able to convince enough people that I knew what I was talking about. Like, you know, I just don't like that space, guys. Like the space really scares me. And that was one of the things that worried me a lot, like when making decisions that I made for college, was because there's so many fakers out there. So like when you try to compare yourself and see like, oh, like, am I going the right path? And you find out this person's faking, this person's faking, this person's faking. It kind of gets you discouraged. Like, wait, can you actually do this? Like, you know, like if all these people are faking, then like, can you actually make money from dropshipping? Even though I'm doing it, even though like I'm making, like, you know, even though I have workers, VAs, the whole nine, accountant, paying bills, all the whole nine, you still like mentally can't get over that. But I'm trying to change it, guys. That's my goal, guys. I want to change this space, and you guys don't even like know, like from like doing things like, you know, like when I released my course, like I released it at the time, it's $150, and it's a 3-part course with a buddy of mine, Marcus. It's a course that covers all of my e-com, Facebook stuff, and affiliate marketing and the ATM business, all in one course for $150. And I feel like people aren't doing that, you know. And I'm just trying to change the game in just every way I can, you know. Like this YouTube is, I'm like excited. It took me a while to like start and like just sit down and record and like do it, but like I'm kind of excited, like, you know, being able to like make my voice be heard and like just impact so many lives and hope to change people's lives like it changed mine, you know. Like, and I'm like, and really to like nail this in the bud, it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not like something that you can take $0 and make $1 million. It's not like something that like, oh, then tomorrow you start, like you get whatever, you get this so-and-so's course, you get my course, you get my PDF, you're gonna make $1 million tomorrow. No, it's not. Like, guys, what I can tell you is you make business. You make a real business that like can grow so much. Like it can grow so much and really like kind of solidify you to make enough to comfortably not have to work your 9 to 5 and supplement. And that's the goal, guys. Like when I started this, I didn't make it to go to make $1 million, right? Like my goal was just to not have to work a 9 to 5. And like, you guys have to, like, if you're following me, subscribing to me, I want you guys to have that mentality. Like, so if you don't have that mentality, then like, this is not going to be the channel for you. I'm not the person you want to be listening to. Like, I try to keep it real, like, you know, like, that's not what this is about. I'm going to teach you how to not get lucky and how to mold your business, mold your strategies, mold yourself as an entrepreneur into success. Not get lucky, not copy this, copy that. Like, you know, it's like, you know, it's a learning process, and you're starting a real legitimate company that will provide for you, not a get rich quick scheme. And you have to have that mentality. Like, you know, so many people message me like, oh, how can I take $10 and start a 6-figure company? You know, like, it's not how it works, you know? Like, you have to spend money to make money. Everybody knows that. Like, people ask me, like, I spent $900 before I even started hitting consistent profits. And you know where I got that from? Delivering, Postmating every weekend while in college, while taking classes. Like, I was working every weekend to save up money just to throw it into the business, and it paid off, you know? But I'm gonna end the video here. It's 20 minutes. I didn't want it to be this long, but I don't know. I just feel like, you know, I'm getting a lot off my chest. And that's what this channel is going to be. You guys are going to see me getting a lot off my chest. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. And that's all you guys can expect from me. I'm going to keep it real for me. Like, you know, anything that I teach you or tell you to do, I do myself. Like, 100%. I can show you I do it myself. I can, like, you know, if I tell you I do this Facebook ad setting, I can show you the hundreds of ad sets that have that same Facebook ad setting. Not, you know what I mean? And that's where I want to be. I want to be real, and I'm going to stay real. And a lot of people like me because I'm humble and that realness, and I want to keep that. So this is the Ecom Lifestyle. If you guys like this or like the vibe that I gave off and plan on seeing more strategies and more things and really opening you guys up to some new stuff in dropshipping, not some old recycled stuff, some new stuff, not like somebody else's video that I'm just going to resurface. No, like from my head, my mind, like, and letting you guys know what's up. Then subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at the Ecom Lifestyle, and let's get it, guys.